The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Council hummed with barely contained hostility. 12 species, representing thousands of worlds, sat in judgment of 2 humans who dared claim their kind deserved a seat among the stars. Elle stood perfectly still, her worn jumpsuit a stark contrast to the bioluminescent robes and ceremonial armor surrounding her. Beside her, Harrison maintained his military posture, jaw tight, eyes forward. They had traveled 6 months through slipspace to reach this moment, carrying humanity's hope in their hearts and Saul's coordinates in encrypted files the Council desperately wanted. "Your species," hissed the Velkern ambassador, its triple-jointed limbs clicking against the obsidian podium, "has existed for a mere flicker of galactic time. You wage war upon yourselves. You poison your own world. You create weapons of mass extinction and point them at your own cities." Its multifaceted eyes glittered with disdain. "And yet you claim to possess something we lack. Something that makes you worthy." Elle didn't flinch. She'd heard it all before in the preparation briefings, in the psychological evaluations, in the nightmares that followed. Harrison's hand twitched toward hers, then stopped. "No weakness. Not here." The Archon of the Council, a being of pure energy contained within a gravitational lattice, spoke with a voice like dying stars. "You claim humans possess an ... adaptability, a resilience we cannot match. These are children's stories, human survival traits shared by every spacefaring civilization. With respect, Archon," Elle said, her voice steady despite her hammering heart, "you've never encountered anything like us." A ripple of what might have been laughter moved through the assembly. The Quillian delegate, whose people had mastered faster than light travel before humans discovered fire, leaned forward. "Prove it? Then show us this remarkable human spirit. Demonstrate why we should grant your fractured, violent species access to the star lanes." Elle glanced at Harrison. He gave the slightest nod. They'd known it would come to this. "You want proof?" Elle asked, stepping forward into the center of the chamber where the judgment light blazed brightest. "Then truly see us." She closed her eyes and thought of home. Not Earth, as the Council saw it polluted, war-torn, divided, but Earth. She thought of her grandmother, who'd survived 3 wars and still planted gardens, of Harrison's sister, who'd lost her legs in the Mumbai collapse but designed the first successful Mars habitat from her hospital bed, of billions of ordinary people who woke each day to struggle, to fight, to endure, to love fiercely in the face of mortality. Elle opened her eyes and looked directly at the Archon. "You want to know what makes humans different? We die, all of us. We live maybe 80 years if we're lucky, and every single one of us knows death is coming. There are no exceptions, no digital immortality for the wealthy, no regeneration cycles. We get one life. Mortality is not unique," the Valkorn scoffed. "But what we do with it is," Harrison interjected, his voice carrying the weight of 100 battles. "We don't just survive our mortality. We're defined by it. Every human achievement, every work of art, every scientific breakthrough, every act of love and sacrifice, we do it all knowing we're racing against an inevitable clock," Elle continued, passion building in her chest. "You want proof of human resilience. Harrison lost his entire unit in the Titan disaster. 43 people he'd trained with, fought beside, called family gone in a decompression explosion. He was the only survivor. Harrison's face remained impassive, but Elle saw the muscle jump in his jaw. He could have retired, taken the trauma pension, but 6 months later, he volunteered for the Deep Space program. Because humans don't just endure tragedy, we run toward the very things that break us, determined to master them. Anecdotes, the Archon dismissed. Not proof. Elle smiled then, and there was something in that expression that made several delegates shift uncomfortably. You want proof? Then try to kill me. The chamber erupted. Shouts of outrage, confusion, disbelief. Security drones activated, hovering near the ceiling with weapons primed. Harrison stepped beside Elle, his presence a silent statement of solidarity. Explain yourself, human, the Archon demanded. I'm volunteering for your simulation, Elle said calmly. I know you have them, the survival scenarios you use to test military candidates. The impossible situations designed by your best tacticians. Load me into your hardest scenario, the one with 0% survival rate. The Quellian delegate's scales rippled with interest. That would be ... unethical, even for a willing participant, is it? Elle challenged. Because I'll sign any waiver. Full neural interface. Harrison witnesses. But I promise you this, I'll either survive or I'll die trying in a way that makes you understand exactly what humanity brings to this galaxy. Silence fell. The council members consulted in rapid, encrypted bursts of communication humans couldn't intercept. Finally, the Archon spoke. Very well. You will face the crucible of Keitha scenario that has broken trained warriors from every council species. If you survive, or if your attempt demonstrates merit, we will reconsider Earth's petition. Elle nodded and looked up at the assembled powers of the galaxy one last time before being led to the simulation chamber. As the neural crown descended onto her head, Harrison gripped her shoulder. Give them hell, Elle. Always do. The simulation began. Elle found herself alone on a dying ship, pursued by hostile forces, with civilians to evacuate and systems failing catastrophically. Every decision led to worse outcomes. Every path ended in death. In the observation deck, the council watched her fight. She didn't give up when the odds turned impossible. She didn't freeze when faced with no-win scenarios. She adapted, improvised, sacrificed parts of herself to save others, made choices that would haunt her. And when the simulation finally killed her, crushed beneath debris while holding a door open for the last evacuation pod, she died reaching forward, trying. The neural interface disconnected. Elle gasped back to consciousness, tears streaming down her face. The chamber was silent. Then something unprecedented happened. The Archon's containment lattice dimmed the energy being's equivalent of bowing. Around the chamber, weapons powered down. Ceremonial guards lowered their arms. Welcome, the Archon said softly, to the Galactic Council, humanity. You have much to teach us about living. Harrison helped Elle stand, and together they faced the stars, no longer alone.